things feel weird. And maybe weird is the wrong word to use. Maybe things just feel different. Do you ever go through moments, people call them seasons, where another time, even something as short as a few weeks ago, feels better, more nostalgic? Like you're longing for that time because you are more creative, more spiritual, more in tune to who you are. And you find yourself in the present trying to create that longing that you hope to look back on in the future. That's what I'm going through right now.
Blue dew.
4 years ago, when there wasn't much to do, I would come sit up here and draw. The trees were still bare, and the tail end of winter just had its touch on the spring wind. Now, in that time of uncertainty and fear, I had this drawing time. And when I think back to that time, I think of this. I think of me drawing here by the window and seeing the birds and wondering what was going to happen. And I remember the drawings that I did. And that is the anchor of that time.
That mood, sort of witty and jaded, but let's not talk about you. Your coyote song on a rerun. Are you hound dog tired singing all night long?
It could just be the winter. I find that, generally speaking, unless the weather is the subject of the moment, memories that stick tend to be ones where the weather is a bit nicer. At the present, things feel displaced, and I'm looking for that anchor. In the past, it's been me and Jeffrey sitting down in the evenings and watching a TV show, or me getting through a fun video game, or when I had great creative flow for a few weeks. Lately, things kind of feel like a loop of the same events. I go to work, and work is the same. It even passes by at the same pace. And then the end of my week comes Saturday, and I get really excited for my time off. And before I know it, the work week starts again as though it never left. So what am I doing to try to create that anchor, to create that longing for this present? I'm getting back into writing in the mornings. It's different than just grabbing my book to write because I have an idea. It's making my cacao, sitting down. There's no music, there's no TV, there's no videos, and I just write. And I don't have to write about the day because, well, the day hasn't started yet. So I get to write about my ideas and my thoughts. And I think I'm going to keep these videos a little simpler because that feels real. That feels like me. And lastly, and this may seem like the most obvious answer, but I have to actually change my routine. Now, once life gets going, we develop these routines and we become comfortable in them. We become complacent. We know what to expect, and it kind of makes everything else in our life a little bit easier. But I think for me, it's sort of become this thing in the back of my mind. It gnaws at me, and I don't want to be complacent anymore. And that sort of looks like bringing in the things that bring me joy, the things like drawing, the things like taking photos, the things like going outside and not being bothered so much by the weather. And it's to make these days that I have off more fulfilling, even if there's not a whole lot going on in them. And that does look like spending a little more time with myself. It's not a predicament, but it's just kind of like I wonder what's there or what isn't there. It's like a missing puzzle. It's a missing puzzle piece, and I'm trying to figure out where it goes. So that's it. That's all for this one. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. If you like this sort of content, make sure you leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Otherwise, I will see you in the next one.